Greetings. Welcome back to another cup of conversation with me, Nidra Simmons. Perhaps some food for thought. I do not own the rights to the music. Please like, share, and subscribe. Um, this content is for entertainment purposes only. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. I didn't even watch the time. I try to be cautious of what time to come on because I know a lot of people watch their churches and stuff on Sundays on Facebook, and I want to interrupt it, but I'm already on, so I'm on the flow, and I'll just be mindful the next time. But I thank you all for, if you by chance come online to see me, thank you. If you check me out later, thank you. The umbrella that I'm falling under this of conversation today is going to be something I've already started this morning. It is the motivational quotes to never giving up. So I'm just going to repeat some of the quotes because there are some people out here that are going through things. And I just want to remind people that, this too shall pass. Joy do come in the morning. It is still 9:56 morning time. Joy is here. So receive it, accept it, and let's move forward. Um, for those that, is living life and life is really life for them right now, I want to come on and encourage and try to help. Um, Let me turn this down a little bit because this song I might start singing. When I first heard it, I thought it was a funny song, but nevertheless, motivational quotes to never give up. I don't want to take ownerships of these quotes. I did look them up on the internet. Some of them have names of who had created the quotes, and some of them don't. So I am coming on with a disclaimer to just remind you all out there that these are not mine. I got them off of the internet. Um, and if by chance you need something to help you or someplace to start to keep you focused or to keep you in a position to where you're not worried about the world or not let the cares of the world try to take over. Just log on to the internet and put in something that's related to your situation. Or if there's a Bible verse that you want to meditate on, just simply go ahead and type in Bible verses to help me never give up. Bible verses to motivate me to move forward and to not give up. You word it whatever way you want to, but it's just that simple. And I'm saying this because, we live in a world where people think that things are just happening to them and they're by themselves in all these situations that's going on. And we're never alone. We're never alone. We have God with us, we have our spirit team with us, and we have physical people that's with us. But for those who don't have the physical people around them, trust and believe you're never by yourself. You have a team that is with you. I showed off these last time to the last viewers. These are some earrings that I made, put together. They're mermaids. If you are interested, let me know. They're cute. Um, Everything people put meaning behind things. Sometimes it's just the style or whatever the case might be. It doesn't mean necessarily something negative. But I make all different types of earrings, not just these. But I was looking for something quick to put on to promote, and I saw those and I grabbed them. I also make the bracelets and the necklace. I didn't make this one. I made this one here. These are wood beads. These are stones, and this is copper. Various materials, affordable materials. Merchandise that I make is affordable too. Sorry. I don't own the rights to the music, but sometimes the music is playing to set the tone in the atmosphere. Sometimes it contributes to the conversation that is going on. So I do not own the rights to it. I don't even own the rights to the commercials that pop up in there. I'm not even trying to promote that. I don't even know what commercial gonna come up when they play the radio because it's just the radio. All right, so the first quote that I have here is by Dan Millman. It's called "You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to let them." Wait a minute. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. So basically, I had said earlier that you have more control over you than a lot of people give credit for. We live in a world that tried to train us and tried to teach us on how to be or how to move or how to think. You have a mind of your own to think. Don't be afraid to use your mind. I used to not think I had a voice. I used to think that I had to always do what somebody told me to do, even as an adult. But I had to realize that, you know what? God has created me to be me, and God has created everybody else to be everybody else. I need to do what God is telling me to do. So I had to do some inner soul searching. I had to go inward and seek God within me and meditate with God in me and meditate with me and God together inwardly so that I can get to better understand me. I had to be reprogrammed from the inside out. The world wants to break us down to try to get in us and break us up to everything that God has given us to make us um, rebuild us with fear. And God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, of love, and a sound mind. I came on yesterday and I talked about how we had all these different, and I don't want to take full credit. I watched something beforehand that made sense to me. And as I meditated on that and thought about it throughout the day, it made even more sense to where I was looking at it. But this world is trying to break us up into different this comment just came up with my phone. All right, but this world breaks us up and try to build us back up with fear and try to control us the way that the world wants us to be controlled. So I am simply coming on because I believe God uses me as a vessel, and I continue to ask God to use me as a vessel. Less of me, God, more of you. Control the words that come to my mouth so that I can speak what it is that you need me to speak. But not but and thank you for coming on. How you doing? Um, but yeah, what was I saying? Let me get back focused. But yeah, we don't want the world and the organizations and things that this world has to rebuild us. We want to be rebuilt inwardly, properly with God, the love that God has given us, with the tools and the strength and everything that God gives us. That's how we want to be rebuilt, not by what the world tried to make us, because the world is like wolf is out for whatever's for them. God wants you to be the best you that you can be. So God works inwardly. We're covered with the full armor of God so that God can work with us inside. Inside is on purpose. It's intentional. God is inside. Outside is on purpose. It's intentional. It's outside. The two does not have to clash. You can build up and get strong inwardly so that you can make it in this world on the outside. I believe that's how we are to move. This is a cup of conversation, food for thought. So I'm just having a cup of conversation. I'm sharing what I feel God wants me to share with you. I do not by no means ever ask you guys to take on what I say or do what I say. You are your own person. You have free will. You do what you like. Consider me to be, and I'm putting in my disclaimers, consider me to be that person that turns on the light for you so that it's a little bit clearer for you to move forward in your path. Consider me that person that helps you get up on that solid foundation. I'll grab your hand, bring you up on that solid foundation, remove you from that soil, that mud, that sinking soil, bottom ground, and turn you around on solid ground. You are to do the work, not me. I am trying to help you get unstuck, to let you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, to let you know that you can go forward, to let you know that this is not all, this is not it. God is not done with you yet. You still have more to go. You still have more to do. So let's get reprogrammed inwardly with the God that's within us. The same God that's yesterday, today, and forevermore is in us. And that God within us shines all around us. That's how God can be in every one of us, because God is in us. We're not serving a European person. You can't break that person up and put that person in you and serve God. I have to break it down so it makes sense to me. So all I'm doing is just trying to make it make sense. Okay. Without taking away from what we have to go by. So, God lives within us. We live in a world that's full of sin. We're not going to stop sinning because Jesus died on the cross. We're in a world that is sinful and we have to live in it. So you're going to sin in this sinful world. It's undeniably. You're going to do it. You can't skip it. You can't flip. Be doing what's the guy name? James Bond's movements to get around through this world. You're going to go through this sinful world because that's what it is. But you don't have to be chastised or it's not going to be to the extent to where it was in Jesus. They're not going to put you to a cross and put nails in your hands and you did this crime. This is what you got to do. Jesus died on the cross, ended that. But the sin still exists. You still have free choice, free will. You have the choice to do good, you have the choice to do bad. Whatever choice you do, you are okay with the consequences. You know that if you do good, or if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, if you do good, your consequences most likely will be good. If you do bad, most likely your consequences are going to be bad. So whatever choice you make, you are going to deal with whatever consequences that's there. And that's to help you maneuver through this world. I choose love. I choose to do good. I believe love wins in the end. This might sound redundant, like you've heard me say it before, because a lot of people say, well, you say the same thing. Yeah, because we're in a world that need to hear the same thing. And when the world gets to a point so we don't have to hear the same thing, then I'll talk about something different. I come on live and I let God take over. I don't take over the conversation. I'm a vessel to be used. I don't know exactly what to talk about. I do come on with an umbrella of a topic so that I'm not just sitting here looking at you like this. No, I come on with a umbrella of a topic, an idea of what to talk about, but I let God take over. My topic is so big, so broad that it can go in any direction. I just come on as a vessel to be able to flow with a cup of conversation, perhaps food for thought, which is why I came up with that title. With God gave me that title to come up with because it's broad and it's not telling people to do what I say. It's just conversation. I believe that we can heal through conversation. Like I said yesterday, we have all different types of healing. You have the modern medicine that they are giving us to try to get rid of ailments that was not here way back in the days, but has been created through knowledge, wisdom, and time. You have herbal medication or holistic healing that has been here before the medication that has been here before time. You have Reiki healing. You can heal with your hands. You can heal with your energy. You can heal with your voice through communication and conversation. And I think that healing through communication and conversation, because I've had dealt and went through life without communication and having to figure out what you're saying. Now I'm going to ask you directly, and I might ask you multiple times. Don't get offended. I just need to make it make sense to me. But I believe through communication and talking, we can heal. We have a lot of people that do stinking thinking. We have a lot of people that's doing all of these things in this world just to survive. So there's a lot of thoughts that's up here. And then you have to be able to, the way I describe it, compartmentalize it. Move it out the way, like you see these movies with 3Ds and you don't have a screen, just have the air and they just taking it. I'm thinking of the Black Panther the movie, and everything was in the air. You just take it and move it over. It's like your mind. You have to make space in your mind so that you can go forward. This world is trying to clutter you and throw all these things on you to get you focused off of what is important. You and the God that's in you. Because they want to throw the fact that you have to have bills and those bill collectors, oh my God. They have gotten so tech savvy and they the way they try to call you and they call you up to 9 o'clock at night, which should be illegal. The business closed at 5 o'clock. Why are you still calling me at 9 o'clock at night? But anyway, that's beside the point. I digress. These bill collectors are brutal. They went from calling your house from regular business hours to calling your house and getting personal. Well, do you have somebody you could ask money to get from? Why are you telling me where to get money from? You work for the same company. You're replaceable just like anybody else. They get so personal with these bills. They want their money. I understand you want your money, but I can't give you money until I get the money. And when I get the money, I give you the money. I ain't trying to withhold nothing from you. But anyway, I digress again. Woosah, woosah. But the point that I'm trying to make is this world makes it so hard for people to live and breathe and just, if you ever get to the point to where you got anxiety kicking in so bad that you just take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, peace be still. Do it 3 times. Breathe in, breathe out, joy comes in the morning. Oh, wait, it's morning time. Joy is here. Thank you, Lord. Come back with something positive. Breathe in. This too shall pass. To God be the glory. You have more control over your vessel than you give yourself credit for. Just listen to yourself. Take the time to learn yourself. As you learn yourself and relearn yourself, because as we grow in phases of our life, we change. We're not the same. You have to still go back in and check yourself. What is it that I'm going to deal with? What is it I'm not going to deal with? Okay, I dealt with this. This didn't work in my favor. So let me see. No, I'm not going to do that anymore because it wasn't beneficial to me. Have those conversations with yourself. You're not crazy if you do. You're just learning you and moving you. You treat you teach people how to treat you. And like I got from earlier from one of the guys from one of my posts, Black Panther, what's his name? It says it takes one to teach one, to show one. I ain't jack it up, but it takes one to teach one to show one. I may have jacked that up, but either way, I hope you get the gist. If I can help just one person, then I've done my job. I know that I cannot help everybody, and I don't try to claim to help everybody. I'm not going to get in a relationship with somebody to try to help them. Now, I know better. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, the hat, and the shoes. Put them all in the trash can and burned it. I don't need that anymore. I am moving forward intentionally on purpose because I believe God puts people in our life for a season, time, and reason. And if y'all can hear that, sorry, yeah, my stomach is growling. I have not eaten. I just had a cup of coffee and some water. um, life be life, so I'm just going to flow and do the best with what I have. Anyway, beside the point, I digress. Get back to the point that's at hand. Um, Another quote that I have, and I hope I ain't anybody hanging with that last one. Um, you are the sky. Everything is just the weather. That's simply saying that you are the big dog. You are the person that is going to make your way through this life. You are the one that's going to make it from point A, B, D, all the way down to C. If you're looking for a knight in shining armor, if you're looking for uh, uh, Queen Stallion, if you're looking for some spiritual being to take you to the end, please don't lose the fact that it's you that's going to do that. It's you against you. Um, you are going to be the one that's going to make it to the end. No one else is going to pull you up and get you there unless God puts you in your life. But the point that I'm trying to make is receive help if help comes. But not if. You need to remember that you're the vessel. The spirit lives within you. It's this vessel that's going to take you all the way through. Whether you have someone to help you or not, which, as a reminder, we're never alone. But your vessel is going to be the vessel that takes you to that point. Don't look for, don't look for someone to bring you there. If someone does, give honor and glory to God. But the point that I'm trying to make is you against you. You're going to be the one to get you there. You're going to be at one point looking like, oh my gosh, I got to climb that whole hurdle. How am I going to do that by myself? You're never by yourself. You got God, you got your spirit team. And God might place or will place people in your life along the way to help you for a time, reason, and season. Not forever, but for a time, for a reason, and during a season. You might get different people throughout your season. It's not the same person. For those who love to help people, and I'm speaking to you as well as I am speaking to myself. If God introduces you to someone to help, recognize it for what it is. Seek God for direction, guidance, and understanding. It may not be that you're supposed to be with that person in a relationship. You can be with that person to help them for a time, reason, and season. And I'm saying this because I used to think that, oh, okay, maybe this is my opportunity to help somebody, or maybe this is my opportunity to be involved with somebody. No, everybody is not to be involved with. Sometimes I'm there for a certain reason, or sometimes they're there with me for a certain reason. I am very transparent. I'll talk about myself. After my husband passed, going on 6 years now, I did not want to be by myself, but I didn't want to be with just anybody. I didn't want to pass my delectables around to different people. I consider myself to be a gift. I wanted to be with someone else that I can continue to move forward on. So I thought I found someone I was supposed to be with. But then as I was in that relationship, I'm like, well, you know what? This is not what I'm aiming towards. This person is kind of stuck in the past, so maybe I'm here to help them. But then I let the person overtalk me into staying longer than what I needed to be. And to this day, this person still thinks that we're supposed to be together. Um, I'm there to help bring you forward. Okay. And then I met another person who I thought was okay. This got to be the person. Wasn't my typical person to be involved with by no means. But I thought, well, maybe I was supposed to be there. And I was for a time, reason, and season to get them to wake up, just as they were there to help me wake up. Slapped me right out of it. I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be mentally, I tell people, please keep a high spirit. Please love yourself. Please love yourself. Respect yourself. It is it's your protection. The enemy, the spirits of this world, they come into people that are in lowly bar. They come into people that are at the very low point to where they want to give up on life. And they have a field day with you. Don't get to that point. Understand that you are beautiful, wonderfully made. You are an image from God. God created you in God's image. You are man, woman, boy, girl, child. You are awesome and a gift and made in God's image. Now, the choice of what you turn into is your choice. But we are all made in God's image. We are all born in this world through a woman. Even if they have to test tube and grab you together, you're coming through because they're going to inject you. Anyway, I don't know. That's just technology. But all of that thing out there. But we always came in through a woman. And so basically I'm saying we came in through the same way. Some may have come out the stomach, may have something come out the you know what I'm trying to say. So I lost my point, y'all. My point because I'm explaining myself. But the point that I believe I'm trying to say is you have to love yourself and understand that you are a gift. Don't get to the point to where you lose track of you being the gift. I'm not wrong for saying I'm a gift because I know I'm a gift. I know what I have to offer. I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know that I'm learning me daily, and you're going to learn yourself daily. You're not going to say, okay, I'm it. I know me. I'm done. No, you know you now. Excuse me, my stomach is growling. You know you now, but you're not going to know yourself 5 years from now because you ain't meet that person yet. It's you versus you. You from birth to you from unalive and no longer being here through hopefully natural causes way, way, way down the line. Because we don't live forever. None of us do. So, and I believe in being honest. So if I come out too blunt, sorry, not sorry. I gotta tell it to you like it is. Um, there's no children that I put on here to see this. If by chance you are a child, then maybe you are mature enough to perceive what I have to say. But I gotta say stuff truthfully. I can't sugarcoat it. That's not benefiting nobody out there. That's not even benefiting you because you'll be judged by God if you're not honest and straightforward to what it is God wants you to tell God's people. Um, so love yourself. Do not make open avenues for the enemy to come in and have a field day with you. They come in one, and you still know they're gonna bring so many more. If you're not serious about staying positive and doing what you need to do, you're going to be one of the ones that you're going to be used. And how do you test yourself to see if you're being used by a spirit, which is real? And for those of you out there that don't think that spirits exist, they exist. Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean they don't exist. If you choose to keep yourself and the not unknowing, that's your prerogative. It's to each his own. I am by no means say practice and do things. I just try to make you aware. Things exist out here, whether you choose to believe it or not. But anyway, this kind of went different ways. But the point that I was trying to say was, protect yourself, keep yourself at a high vibration. High vibration. You're not conceited for loving yourself. You're not conceited for saying that you are awesome and you look good and you know you got it going on and you're a child of God and God loves you and you love God. You're not conceited for that. You have to do what you need to do for yourself to keep yourself at a high vibration. At a high vibration, you're more aware. It's not so easy for the enemy to come in because you are more aware. It's those low points. that they would try to come in at and get you. Um, gotta we gather my thoughts, y'all. But yeah, you have more control, more power over yourself than a lot of us give us credit for. Seek the God within you. I'm recapping so I can get back to where I was supposed to be. Seek the God that's within you. Spend that meditating time with you and with God together within words. Remember that God has not given you the spirit of fear, which is the evidence of thing appearing real. You give it power. It's like fog. You can fade it away and disappear. It's an illusion. It's not real. You give it power the more that you allow anxiety and nervousness and scaredness get into you. You need to be reminded that God has not given you the spirit of fear. That's what of this world is. That's the enemy. That's this world. They build you up on fear, not God. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but a power that's within, love that's within, and a sound mind also within. They work together, they communicate together to give you what it is that you need to move out and maneuver in this world. So let's not lose fact of that. And you are the one that's going to make it to the end because it's your vessel that's going to grow, mature, and move in this world to get you there. Um, be aware of your vibration, keep it high. If you keep it low, you're making it easy for the enemy to come in. Every spirit, whether it's good or bad, needs a vessel to work out of. That doesn't mean spirits don't exist in this world, but for it to get on, for it to have an impact, it has to get into a vessel. It has to get into a body. And if you wonder why, and this is just me speaking to you, why so much stuff is going on in this world, and so many people are doing these crazy things, and they wait until way up in old age to get to do these crazy things and end up behind bars or unaliving themselves. It's issues that we have within us that we never dealt with when they were small. You just let life stack stuff up on top, or you buried it so that you can move forward. We have to deal with our emotions and our feelings. And I'm never going to stop saying this because I believe that that is a big reason why we do so many crazy things, because we don't want to deal with the bad feelings. You rather deal with the good feelings. And this world is all about flesh. This world is all about making your outer happy, making you happy quick. It doesn't want to focus on the bad, the negative, the things that you had to overcome. I never say forget what things. If you have went through a life of some negative things, and this is flowing in a different direction, God use me. If you had dealt with negative things in the past, I never say forget. I always say forgive. There's some things that we went through that should not have ever happened to us. I don't know why things happen to us so bad in our young youth ages. But you're not to forget what took place. You need to know because that was a lesson or something that you have to carry on. It is to probably help somebody else. And it's to strengthen you for sure. It's to strengthen you 100%. Okay? Because you may have a path to go through or to get to. And in order for you to get to that area, you had to endure some serious emotional feelings. I don't condone anything bad. I'm not saying bad things to get to another point. No, I'm saying we all have gone through different things. And don't look at it as being a halfway empty glass. Look at it as being a halfway full glass to get you to where you need to be. Um, Forgiving what happened in the person is for you. It's going to raise up your vibration. It's going to take you out of that lowly bar state. It's going to take you out of that, oh, woe is me. Why? Raise your vibration and understand that things happen for a reason, time, and season. It does not necessarily have to make sense at that point. God knows all, God sees all, God knows further down the line than how or what we can see. So I'm not here trying to explain or why or answer or I don't know why things happen. I've been through my stomach just growling. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I'm not ever trying to tell you why you went through what you went through, and you don't have any legal rights to feel what you feel. You do. You went through it. I don't want to ever go through what somebody else went through. I don't want people to go through what I went through. And I may not look like what I've been through, and that's on purpose. It's intentional because I can't let that get the better of me. I still have to live this life regardless. We all make choices, whether they're good or bad. We don't know. We do the best at what we have at that time with what we know and what we're taught. Other people can always come in and say, well, you should have did this. Okay, thank you for sharing, but you were not there or in my predicament to tell me how I could have got out of that situation. I did what I did the best way I've had. People do what they do the best way, what they know and what they have. The point I'm trying to make is always love yourself. The more that you love yourself, the more that you're strengthening yourself. So all those negative thoughts and bad feelings, go through those feelings. It's not a good feeling, but don't ignore them. It's your ammo. It's what's going to help you maneuver and get through. When you understand how feelings affect you, and if you understand how to overcome and get through, keyword through these feelings, and get to that point to where you, okay, I did not like this. I went through it. I receive it. I acknowledge it. Cry, holler, scream, whatever you need to do. Keep yourself safe and others. Get it out. Go through those emotions. Go through those feelings and feel it. Feel it. Acknowledge it. God, I got this. I acknowledge it. I felt it. I don't like it. I did not like it. I don't want this to go to anybody else. I'm so happy to get through the end of it. Allow me to get through it. And when you get through it, you feel the peace for just a moment. And they're going to last forever because you have to go through the next thing that you have to get through in life. So you need to overcome these things that will cause problems in the future. Overcome these emotions and these feelings that make it so easy for the enemy to come in. You are working inwardly, intentionally, and on purpose. The full armor of God is covering the outside so that God can do the work inside, so that you can be all that you can be. So you can strengthen all those weak areas that people try to throw on you, so that you can be strong enough to cut those strings that people try to attach to you and try to make you their puppets. You're nobody's puppets. You're your own person. You have the God that's in you that's going to navigate and direct you through life. You're going to experience some things you may not like in life. Whoever said life was fair, they lied. Whoever said life was fair is not human. Whoever said life was fair is someone you need to turn away from. Life is not fair and life is hard. And that's the whole cold hard truth. But life is what you make it. Life is how you maneuver through. Life is what you make it. And you're going to need God inwardly to make it through this life. If you think that you're not, you're mistaken. For all of the people out there, atheists and whoever don't think that God exists, that's all great and fine. We all need somebody, something to help us, something to gravitate to so that it's worth living in this life. I choose God. I'm not choosing God how the world explains God because I developed my own relationship with God. And once I develop my relationship with God, I know who God is to me. And that's what helps me move forward in life. All right, that kind of took us off way, but you know what? I believe everything is intentional. We've been on for 33 minutes so far. So let me read another quote. And I hope I ain't leave nobody hanging from there. But keep your vibrations high. When people say that, it's not a joke. Keep your vibration high. We live in a world where there is principalities, things in high places, things that we can't see with the naked eye. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Do you see air when it's not cold outside? No. But you're still breathing oxygen. If it's cold outside, then you can see it. Thank God for the vision to be able to see the air, but you can't necessarily see it. You're going to still breathe it, whether you see it or not. It exists. All I simply ask out there for you all is just to educate yourself. You don't have to do divination and all these other things that's out there, religion and so forth. Just make yourself aware. I believe the Bible is a tool that we use. It's been around from early time. I understand that man has dipped their hand inside the Bible and changed it around many ways. But when you read the Bible, it's a living word. It's going to affect you differently. Not the way that it affects this person may not be the same way that it affects you. That's one thing about the Bible. There's nothing new in this world. It's just new people dealing with things differently. And as the world progresses with all this technology and so forth, things will be more defined and things will be more, you know, there'll be things that will grow along with whatever it is that we spend time in and trying to learn about. So there is advancement as time goes, but that doesn't take away from the whole big thing that we have to go through in life. Someone had mentioned to me that, or not to me personally, I was scanning through the internet, and they said that we're living in Bible times. We've always lived in Bible times. It's not one point that we did. The Bible was put together with witnesses and stories from people that experienced different things back in that time. If you looked at the Bible and how many people back then they had kings and queens and people that was put in charge, you'll see there's a cycle of time where they had people that was for God, that was for the people, and did what God preferred them to do. Then we had people that was for the world and did things that the enemy would do. And we had to survive based off of whatever person that was put in charge. It was man that wanted somebody in charge. God never said, let's get somebody in charge. It was man who said, we need a king. And that just repeated itself as years went on, and it changed from kings to presidents. So there's nothing new under the sun. And the Bible still states a lot of things that we go through. It's just going to hit people differently as you read it. I'm not taking credit away from anything. We have to have things put in place throughout the years of life as life created and generated and moved forward so that we know how to maneuver through this world. That's why I say never forget the past. The past is for you to maneuver through your future. Forgive, though, people in the past. That is for you. We're not to hold grudges or hate towards people because people are only doing what they were taught, or people have allowed themselves to be so low to lowly bar to where they let the negative demonic spirits come into you. And spirits are not just cartoon characters of scary things. Spirits are live things. Spirits are like addictions. Spirits are like lust. Spirits are like anxiety. Spirits are like there are things that can activate and change the making of your being to cause you to act in something some way different. Just like the devil is not a man with red and horns and a tail. The devil can look just like me and you. Angels are not necessarily what people with wings that fly out real hard or real tall. Not to say they don't exist, because we do have archangels, guardian angels, archangels, highest Christ of light. Thank you, spirit team, and thank you, God. Always first and foremost, God. But we have these things out there. They don't necessarily look that way. Angels can look like you and me. So keep a high vibration. Make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Seek God for guidance and understanding. That's the best way that I can tell people to seek righteousness. Seek the goods. Always choose love. I feel, I strongly feel that love always wins in the end. I believe God is love. I believe God is in total control over this chaotic world. No matter how it seems, God has the final say. God has a plan put in place. God has angels put in place to make sure that God's plans work out. God uses anybody, anything. God can use the radio. That's why I play it in the background because it can contribute to this cup of conversation and it can set the tone. God can use animals. I shared a story about a brown dog that protected me for 24 hours. God can use me, you. God can use anything. God can use an example. I have two bottles of water here. One is empty and one is very little. Depending on how you look at it, you can look at life as being halfway full, or you can look at life as being very empty. Or you can throw the empty out the way and look at this as life. I can't give from an empty cup. I can't even give when it's full because that is for me and for what God has blessed me to be with. But once it gets too full and it over, like if this was soda and I shook it up and it spilled over, that spillover part is what I give to everybody else. I don't waste it. I don't let that fall down to the ground. I don't let it just sit there and just observe and dry up and don't help nobody else. I give from the full cup that runs over so that I can help others. That full cup that does not run over, but it's just full, is what God has blessed me with to take care of what I have. I can't let the world push me and bully me to give all of that to you all when it was given to me for a purpose. An example of how you can use anything for God to work through. I used to give a whole lot. And there's nothing wrong with those who need help. And, a church is an organization, it's a building. They need money to make it work. And this is what brought to me, so I'm going to share it. There's been times where I was pointed out, you have money, you can pay. How do you know I have money? I may not look like I may look like I have money, and that's intentional because I'm not going to show my cares to what I'm truly feeling because it's none of your business. Because people can use that and use it against you. I've been around long enough to know that if I come around look like I'm in a low place, a low spot, or feeling like I'm in a low bar and I'm letting it show, that's a field day for the enemy to come on and have its day with me. And that's a way for people that don't like me to try to keep me down. I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. I'm going to do the best that I can to get to where I have. I may ask for help every now and then. I try to be, nonchalant about it, but we all need help. I'm not too proud to say that I don't need help. But I'm not here to say that I'm not wasteful. I'm a giver and I'm going to give if I have when my cup runs over. But I've been in organizations to where they had me give and I gave more than what I was supposed to because my household was lacking. So this is why I'm coming on and say, please, God give us all common sense. And what is common for you, I know is not common for others. But trust and believe you cannot give from a empty cup or a full cup. A full cup is for you to maintain and live in this world. It takes a lot to live in this world. And I understand we have to help people, but you cannot help others if you cannot help yourself. God did not bless you with children and a husband and family for you to take half of that money to give it to somebody else. It took me years to get that understanding. It took many people, and some are no longer here, to try to get that through my head. Mama, I got it now. So, my mother that's still here, I got it now. So, you cannot give from a full cup. You can only give when it runs over. Don't let this world and all these organizations and institutes that's here make you give what you are supposed to be given for your family. You cannot give and take care of others if you don't first take care of you. I was scrolling through on Facebook and I heard a man, and when I first heard it, the old stinking thing, I was like, wait a minute. But then I thought about it. It was a man, he was on a barber shop, he was cutting hair. And he said, a man should never give to a woman first. And my first thought was like, what? What? But then reality hit. He's true. And it's the same thing that I'm saying. Whether it's a man or a woman, you cannot give to others first. You must give to yourself. God is giving to you. This vessel is God's vessel. God created for that spirit to live in. You take care of God's vessel. God is knowing that you are giving back because you're taking care of what God gave you. They say give tithes and offers. If you are in an institution, church, religion, whatever the case might be, you are obligated to do certain things, but you still have to take care of yours. I've got called to the office because they asked me why was my tithes not paid. Common sense is going to tell you, I paid tithes all before, and all of a sudden I didn't pay it, and I'm going through. My husband just passed, and you know, it's probably too much information, but I'm sharing it because I'm transparent. Somebody might be thinking this, so I'm sharing it. Um, if I've been doing something and all of a sudden I stopped doing something, your question should be, oh, what's going on? Maybe something's wrong with her. If you are a true person that serves God, you're serving God's people. You're going to be concerned about what's going on with that person. You're not going to be so, well, where's the money at? Why it ain't coming? Your priorities are out of order, out of whack. I understand this is a business, but it's not just that one person. You have other people that's in that business. Y'all get together, support the bill until this other person gets back together. If you don't believe in helping that person. But don't put that person on a spot to where they feel like, oh, now I got to worry about this. There's so much other things that individual is worrying about. Paying tithes to a church is the least of that person's. And I'm talking about me. That was the least of my thoughts. I had just lost my husband. I'm head of my house. I have a job, one job, and I have to still maintain and get my kids situated. I had kids in college. I had kids at home. I had kids. The last thing on my mind was tithes. God wants you to take care of yourself first. God placed people in your life for time, reason, and seasons. If you don't help that person out when God put them there to help you, that's between you and God. Nothing to do with me. But please, don't forget to take care of yourself first. I'm speaking from experiences. I'm not just throwing stuff out there. I gave and gave and gave and gave to where I had to apologize to my children because they were without because I was so busy giving to organizations. In my mind, I'm like, yes, God, I'm giving to you. I'm giving to you. God knows you're giving to God if you don't have the finances to give. There's more than one way to give back tithes. What I'm doing now, showing you, telling people through the words that I feel God has given me to give to you, healing people through communication, not looking for nothing in return, just helping one. And if I can help one, that's I'm doing what I need to do. That is also giving back to God. God does not want you to sit here and not take care of you and you take care of everybody else. That defeats the purpose. We all a part of God. We're important too. And this is hitting real personal right now. So I don't know why. But anyway, I'm very transparent. If I hurt somebody's feelings along the way, say ouch. When you know better, you do better. And keep it moving. Don't hate me. I had to learn for myself how to maneuver and get through this. And I'm here to help others maneuver and get through this. I'm not trying to throw nobody in the bus. I'm simply trying to help you and remind you that you are important. You have to take care of you first. You can't take care of nobody else. Just like I started to say, I got sidetracked about the man at the barbershop. He's supposed to give to himself first. How is he going to give to his woman if he can't give to himself? Once he knows how to give to himself and love himself and appreciate and understand and know himself and set boundaries for himself, whether it's him or her, same thing. You can't give from an empty cup. You can't give from a full cup. You can only give when that cup runneth over. I hope I said something that was helpful. I hope that said something that kept you engaged. I hope that I was that person that turned on the light a little bit. I mean, the light on so that you see a little bit clearer. That helps you pull you out of that sinking sand or soft soil onto something solid. Turn you around and take and push you in the direction to where you need to go. I never claim to do anything for anybody because I'm only me. You are you. We live our own life. We have our own trials and tribulations. We have our own things that we got to go through. I cannot tell you how to be you. You can. And you can learn you by having that relationship with you and God inwardly so that it can show outwardly and you can be able to flourish and function outwardly in this world. I can only tell you about me. I didn't get to go through all of these. We're at the 48 mark. I didn't want to be on here too long because I want people to watch. You know, the longer you make your videos, nobody want to watch it. But and sometimes I come on and I might sound like I'm talking about the same thing. But if you stick around long enough, there's gonna be something in there that's different that's gonna gravitate to you and may help you. But I come on to help. That is my intentions. It takes one to teach one, to show one. I messed that thing up. I messed it up, but I'll get it. I'll get it. Um, but yeah, I am my own biggest support, and I treat myself with kindness. Goes back to loving yourself. Don't neglect you. Show gratitude for all of that you've done. You got to show gratitude to yourself too. I always come on and give gratitude to God and our spirit team. I give gratitude to myself. I give gratitude for all you out there that takes the time to want to get to know yourself and set boundaries for yourself, to do better for yourself and to do better for others. I show gratitude to you all there. Thank you for what you do. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation today. God ultimately is in charge. But God did not give you this vessel to just do everything God say do. God instilled you with the spirit that's in this vessel. You're going to know some things. I believe in reincarnation. That doesn't make me a bad person for believing that. It's how I cope. I lost my husband about 5 years, going on 6 years ago. Okay. I don't believe that he's gone. His fleshly body, yes, that's gone because it can only survive in this world. But his spirit lives on. His spirit probably has something else to do. Who am I to get in the way between him and God? We are all here temporarily. And I said this several times today, so maybe that's the point that people need to hear. We are here and in people's lives for times, reasons, and seasons. So if you lost somebody, just be grateful and show gratitude and appreciate the memories that you had with those people that you were here with. Don't be upset and mad at God or them for not being here. Their spirit lives on. Their purpose did what it needed to do while it was here. So show gratitude. Be grateful. Keep on the memories that you had. When you come for other family gatherings, let the memory live on. Talk about things that your moments that were so happy, the moments that made you move on. You can even talk about the sad moments because it might help somebody else that might be going through it. But recognize and remember. Don't forget. I tell you that. Don't forget because you're gonna need it to help move you through life, and you're gonna need it to help others get through life. But understand that the spirit lives on, and the spirit has its own direction. Your wants and needs and purpose and has nothing to do with somebody else's spirit. You focus on your spirit. You focus on getting yourself right. All right. So I've been on now for 51 minutes, 27 seconds. So I thank you, Hollywood, if you're watching the whole time. I appreciate you for staying on the whole time. Thank you so much. I hope I said something that was helpful, something that you could relate to. Um, just thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you to all out there who had took the time to listen. So I'm going to go ahead and head out of the internet realm and just meditate on me and enjoy life outside of the camera. So have a wonderful day. Remember, God loves you. I love you. You love you. Don't forget the past. Forgive the past. Go through the emotions and the feelings. It's for you. It's your like Super Mario Brothers. When you go on down the thing, you got to bump on these things, and every time you hit, you get these scores, 100 points, whatever. The feelings and emotions are like your points that you're going to accumulate so that you can get to where you need to go. Don't give up on God because God won't give up on you. Till next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.